Hi, this is Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the 5 locations you do not want to put your ATM in. Always remember, at the ATM Mastermind Group page, we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. We have a course that teaches you from A to Z how to be successful in the ATM business. We also have an ATM Mastermind Group page that's free to join for like-minded individuals just like yourself who want to learn a little bit more about the ATM business and be in a like-minded community of other ATM business owners. Alright, so we're going to dive right into it, and here we go. Number 1, gyms. I know you guys like to go to the gym, you like to work out, you're trying to lose some weight, you say, oh, you know what, this might be a great spot to put an ATM, I see a lot of traffic, but you know what, it just doesn't work out that way. I don't know why, but gyms do not work out to be a good transactional volume place. We put it in and we get low transactional value. And I never understood why, but it just doesn't resonate in transactional volume. So you just might want to avoid that if you get the choice to put an ATM in. Point number 2, tire shops. We've tried tire shops, doesn't work out. We're thinking, okay, people are in there, they're getting their tires done, they gotta hang out for a half an hour, sometimes 45 minutes. You know what? People like to pay cash. Maybe the store owner will entice them to pay cash, but it doesn't work out. Tires is a big transaction, usually several $100s. That means people will have to go to the ATM 1 or 2, sometimes 3 times to get the money out to pay for their tires. They don't want to pay for that transaction, and it's easier for those people to put it on a credit card. So tire shops are not a good indicator of a good place to put your ATM. Not a lot of transactional value. Point number 3, high-end restaurants. Oh, Phil, restaurants. You said restaurants were a good place to put an ATM. Why isn't a restaurant? Again, this is a high-end restaurant. White tablecloths, high-end dollars, expensive steaks, lobster, caviar, whatever they have that's on the high-end menu. This is a place that's probably going to be anywhere from, $80 to a couple $100 if you and your friends go, or your wife or girlfriend, you go. A few $100s, white tablecloths. Surefire way, don't put an ATM in this location. It's usually all credit cards, not a lot of volume. We've tried, maybe you'll be successful if you try it, but we've tried over and over again. It doesn't work out, doesn't resonate. So stay away from high-end restaurants. Number 4, hotels. Wait, Phil, you said hotels are a good spot. Yes, I did, but what we're talking about is hotels with 60 rooms or less. I like to think a real 100, but sometimes 100 might have a banquet facility, and there might be something else there where it's drawing the people. It's a little selective but almost every time a hotel, 60 rooms or less, or a motel, it's not a good spot for an ATM. It just doesn't, there's not enough traffic, there's not enough draw for the customer to go there and use the ATM. We're always looking for higher end places with more traffic and a reason that they need cash. Those type of places, although it's good for staying, it's not good for transactional value. And again, we're not looking for a location, we're looking at a location that makes money and consistent money, time and time again. So stay away from anything at 60. My rule of thumb is about 100 or more is about my break-even point, and usually 100's on the low end. I'm looking really for 200 rooms or more for a good hotel with a banquet facility or some other venue next to it, or maybe by itself. That's what you want to look for when you place an ATM in a hotel, okay? But 60 rooms, it's not a good spot. It always seems to be a loser. So be cautious when you put your ATM in those type of venues, and be careful. Number 5, here's a surprise, theaters. Now, I'm not talking about a movie theater, I'm talking about a play, that kind of theater. Usually what happens is the play will run Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or usually a couple days during the week, and then they're gone. So people come in for one show, anywhere from a couple hundred people, and then they go out. We've put them in places, cash only place, they buy their tickets online, they come there, and what happens is if it's cash at the door, they go to the ATM, but it doesn't resonate. It's not enough value. They might do 10 transactions in a weekend or 10 transactions a show, and then it's off for all those other days. So those kind of places, play theaters, They don't do very good. We've been unsuccessful in that arena. The other thing to keep in mind is they usually do about 5 to 6 weeks for a play or some kind of event, and then they're off for 5 or 6 weeks, and the theater company moves out, another one moves in to perform the show. They practice a bunch of weeks, and they get it dialed in, and then they go on. So they're down for maybe as much as 2, 3, sometimes a month before the next play starts. And your ATM is sitting there vacant until those times happen. Holiday season, you're killing it. You know, usually from November 1st to right around January, they always have something like the Nutcracker or something of that nature that'll push the people there. And that's usually when they want to call you and say, hey, I need this. But in January, crickets. So you want to stay away from those venues, and it doesn't work. We even took 100%, never paid a commission, put the surcharge way up. It just wasn't enough value. So just giving you that heads up. ATMs are expensive, and it doesn't bode well. Again, we're trying to get transactional value, not locations. All right, hope these tips are helpful. Always remember to like and subscribe the video below. Comment, share the video. Sharing's big, helps with the algorithm. And always remember we have an ATM Mastermind group page that's free to join for like-minded individuals just like yourself who want to learn a little bit more about the ATM business and be in a community of other ATM business owners. So I'll see you guys over at the ATM Mastermind group page. Thank you.